Hello, I am Jamie, and welcome to Sci-Fi-Vision Presents Fandom Access for July 7th. I don't have the picture up yet because AJ and Karen are going to do Star City, and then I'm going to come back for Lestat because I have a couple minutes left to watch. But thank you, everybody, for coming. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe to Sci-Fi-Vision. Hi, Justin. Welcome back. Make sure you check out all our interviews on the video tab, and that's about it. We are going to have a show, I think, Thursday for sort of a wrap up. So if you're not a member of our Discord, make sure that you join. The links in the chat, and that'll give you our schedule and everything. All right,
Jamie, I just can't get over Jamie's curly wavy hair.
Curly hair. That's what happens when I go swimming and I'm lazy.
So, all right. So, hi, everybody. Jamie, go do your thing. And we are going to talk about, we're going to start with Star City, right? So you said?
Yep. And then I will join you guys in a little bit.
Okay. AJ, I watched Star City, I think on Friday. Putting on my glasses here so I can get a quick recap up to look at. How'd you like this episode? This is the penultimate episode.
Really, it was. All I gathered from it was your name has to be Sergey to be chief designer.
Right?
The new chief designer is also Sergey, and we know that Kulikov becomes chief designer, who's also Sergey.
Yeah. So there's a long line of Sergeys who are.
And it's funny. I actually had to Google it because I wasn't sure. Like, I was kind of surprised that this other guy was chief designer, but I guess it kind of makes sense because things are kind of tumultuous right now. But Kulikov doesn't become, or not Kulikov, Nikolov doesn't become chief designer until 1992.
Really?
Yeah, I googled
and it's
it.
Now like 1971.
71. Yeah, we got the title card in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
I mean, pieces are moving kind of quickly, I guess, now. I'm not thrilled with the end of the episode. We knew it was coming. You knew it was going to happen. Even though last week we were like, yeah, there's no way anybody can survive.
Last week you were like, there's no way. There's no way.
But you know what? In the back of my mind, that the whole time going, they totally survived. Like, I knew with it, you knew where it was going to go.
Yeah. I mean,
I want some scientific explanation.
I mean, they showed us like a pretty definite explosion, right?
Yeah.
And this show, so let me stop right there for a second. So I thought I'm starting to like this show better every week, and I think it's because I think I said this last week. I've kind of accepted the fact that I'm not watching really a version of For All Mankind. Like, it's funny. I was talking to a friend of mine tonight, and my friend said, "Oh, I love Star City. I just love Star City. You know why? It reminds me of like the early days of For All Mankind and how much I loved it." And I said, "Donna, that's why I don't love Star City, because it doesn't remind me of the early days. Like, I feel like this is not a space show. This is a KGB show where some people happen to be cosmonauts, right?" And I think the more I kind of just accept that I'm watching something totally different, that I like it better. I like the show a little better. But
I've accepted that it's different, but I don't know. It just, you know what it is? Maybe now because I'm comparing it to like the Americans.
Yeah.
And it's not as good as the American, and that's a pretty high bar.
Yeah. I mean, one thing about For All Mankind is that they were never afraid they're not afraid to just kill off 3 people in a spaceship explosion.
Right. Exactly.
Like 3 major characters could totally be killed and be dead.
Yeah.
And so I don't think like I think we're totally okay with those guys all being killed. That's life in the space program, right? And so we were kind of wondering, where's the show go now that it like kind of killed off everyone and sent some of them to the gulag. And now it looks like they might be alive. So anyway, I guess we can set that aside for now. But we get so I kind of liked it. I mean, it's a short season. Stuff has to move fast. We got kind of I mean, Belikova, for all of her, like, she's been kind of not doing anything for like 4 episodes, and she's been kind of boring. And now all of a sudden at the end here, it looks like she's going to have a major role after all, right? I mean, a year has gone by, and she is still like, her life is like going out and giving speeches. And then she's living on this little farm with her dad, right? That was kind of a surprise to me.
Yeah.
That she would, I mean, I guess, like, why couldn't she still have her apartment that she had with Sasha? Why can't she live like I mean, I guess there's still a lot of discrimination against women in 1971 in the Soviet Union. Like, can she not live by herself? I don't know.
Or maybe her dad just needs help. So she went home to help dad.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's gone to go live with him. She actually has a very minor role. This whole episode really is Ludmilla, I think, right?
Yeah, and
like,
Arena.
Yeah, but mostly Ludmilla takes center stage because of like what's happened at Star City. A year has gone by, and Star City now is all about spying on Earth.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I mean, I'd have to check the original For All Mankind timeline. Like, what year was it when the moon base was created? Because you know how Ed's up there and Russians are up there also on the moon?
Yeah.
Like, what year was that? Do you know?
No idea.
I'm Googling it. What year was the moon base started? For All Mankind, what year was the moon base started? Okay, so this is AI, so who knows if it's really true, right? The moon base is depicted as having been established. Jamestown was established in 1974. So over.
I googled it also.
Yeah.
And AI told me that Jamestown was established October 12th, 1973, and the Soviets followed shortly after with the Zeta in 1974. So.
Oh, really?
But that's why it's funny, because your AI told you one thing and my AI told me another. AI is bad.
AI is terrible. Yeah. I mean, we have to look on like a For All Mankind wiki, I guess. But
it's a ballpark idea, at least.
Yeah, this says October 73. So anyway, it's 71. So over in Houston, they're like really working hard to get a moon base going. And it appears that Star City is not really like, they're just focused on spying on, I guess, their own people and America.
Well, it's
right?
funny. They were, if you remember when the whole Venus thing started, that's what they wanted Chief Designer to focus on, was getting a base up there now. And Chief Designer is like, who cares about a base? Let's go to Venus.
Yeah.
You know, their thought process has clearly shifted to spying on the Americans.
But by the time Jamestown is founded in so Jamestown, let's say late 73, Jamestown is created. I mean, the Russians go up there and the Russians have a base and are hanging around on the moon also, right? Like, by like 74, 75. So I guess what I'm saying is like, shake a stick, Ludmilla, and get moving, because you need to have a base on the moon soon. But she's really all about spying. And, she's not about spying, but like her bosses are all about spying, I guess, right? Is what the problem is here. The new chief designer, his name's not Sergey. I think. Yeah, his name is, hang on a second. I'm looking.
Literally in the first 5 seconds, it's Sergey.
It's Radomir Petrovsky, but I think it said Radomir Sergeyevich Petrovsky, which means like son of Sergey.
I know I saw Sergey in there when they
gave up. I think it's like Sergeyevich. Anyway, he's the new chief designer, and he doesn't know. And there's no picture of him. Apple didn't provide a picture. But what'd you think of this guy, the new chief designer?
He's a politician.
Yeah, right. He doesn't know
who has a crush on Arena, and he knows her history, and he's trying to woo her.
Yeah, he was kind of creepy with her, wasn't he?
Well, there's a lot of creepy going on because I'll tell you what, I kept waiting for Dr. Chaina to hit on Anastasia.
Yes, I thought that guy was going to hit on Anastasia also, right? Like she, this is when this picture, you can't see him, but this is when he comes to her house where she lives with her father, right? I think that's where this picture is. No, that's an office, clearly. But anyway, yeah, he was I thought he was going to hit on her also, right? Sasha's been dead a year now. And I thought he was totally going to hit on her also. It was kind of weird. And so, but anyway, we digress. This story was kind of boring. Like I don't have a lot to say about Belikova until the very end because her story is kind of boring. But
I feel like I think part of my problem with the show is I'm not invested in any of the characters really. Even Rhaenyra, who I'm familiar with from For All Mankind, like I don't even care how she got to be the ruthless bitch that she is.
Well, that's the thing. Like, she's going to become the major antagonist. So she's not like she's going to become a character that we loved and rooted for, right? Like, Rhaenyra becomes a character who is really an antagonist.
Yeah.
I mean, I like her as a character, but you're right. She's a ruthless bitch. I think the character I was maybe really invested in the most was maybe Talia. And now she seems to maybe just be off the show, right? Like, the only thing we heard about her was when Irina's daughter's like, oh, I hate my piano teacher. Maybe Talia will come back. And Irina's like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
I know. Talia will never be around again because her name's Tanya.
Oh, Tanya. Tanya. I'm sorry. Yeah, her name is Tanya. Sorry.
You combined her and Valia.
And I killed Talia. I think I did. Yeah, Tanya and Valia is Talia. I guess she's off the show. Like, I don't know if she escaped.
I feel like we haven't seen the last of her. But then again, this, For All Mankind, if they continue with the trend here, sometimes there's answers and things that just get left hanging, like in reality. So it's possible. I feel like we are going to see her again at some point. But
I guess right now we're in the same as Irina. Irina doesn't know what happened to Tanya, and we don't know what happened to Tanya. She's just gone. But meanwhile, back at Star City, not only is this guy, the new chief designer, Petrovsky, trying to, like, he's overseeing all this spying. He doesn't know any math. He doesn't know anything about anything. He's a total, I think later in the episode, Sergei calls him a party stooge, a communist party stooge. I think he calls him, or something like that.
Something to that effect, yeah.
That he was just put in there as a politician. And he doesn't know anything, and he wants Ludmilla out, really, right?
Yeah, he wants Ludmilla going. That's why he's trying to get Irina to get some dirt on her to get her kicked out, and then he wants to give Irina her position.
Yes. He's trying to make Irina take the fall. So if I understood this correctly, the Salyut spacecraft is up there, satellite is up there in space, and it's taken all these pictures of the Earth, and then it has to drops an actual film canister from orbit down to the Earth for the Soviets to, like, develop the film. And one landed somewhere in the United States, and George Bush is pissed, right? Like, George Bush is the president in 1971, and he's like, he's the ambassador. He's the ambassador. The real George Bush, I think, was also director of the CIA, right? At one point.
I don't think he was yet, though. He was, but not yet.
In real life, he was maybe in the 80s. Anyway, he's like, hey, Russia's spying on us. And now Russia is like, or not Russia, the Soviets, they are back then, right? And so it's a design problem with the satellite. And he's blaming Ludmilla, who is not a designer. Like, she also she's a KGB stooge. She also, she knows a little bit about space, but not much, right?
Yeah, well, his main gripe is that the chief designer's people aren't being forthcoming, that they're intentionally withholding solutions.
Because they're loyal to the chief designer.
Right. And then when they interrogate that guy later, He's like, we're not withholding anything. What you're asking for doesn't exist. like
Yeah.
if you understood the science, you would understand what we're saying, but you're dumb, so screw you.
Yeah. And they also want to blame it. He wants to blame it on Lamilla and on Sergei, I think, who I thought I had a picture of, but I accidentally, I guess, deleted my picture. Oh,
Well,
here
no,
he is.
Sergei, I don't even know where they relegated his ass to. He's like in the dungeon.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like
he got caught with like illegal books or whatever. And so, but these guys are not like. So the new chief designer is blaming Raskova, and he's also saying like all these scientists won't do any work because they're loyal to the chief designer. But that's not really what it is, right? I feel like they're just like they're brilliant scientists and they have this stupid job spying and they're bored and there's just no leadership or inspiration or anything in Star City, right? Which is kind of like what we feel about the show. There's no inspiration on this show for us.
They have no inspiration to solve the problem. It's just kind of like, you go to work, you punch a clock, you do your thing, you go home. They have no ambition towards anything like they did when Sergei was there, because he was like, he was a cheerleader and he was, there with them saying, okay, let's work the problem, let's figure this out.
Yeah,
they don't have that anymore, and that's why the guy's like, we can't do it. Like it's not something that can be done. And then Sergei later, when he's talking to Raskova, says it's exactly that. Like they have nobody to rally the troops.
Yeah. Because chief designer was, at least he was like a visionary. It was like, yes, let's go to Venus. Let's, let's have a vision.
And
let's.
Speaking of which, I'm shocked he's not in the gulag. By the way, I was surprised to see him at home.
Yeah, I was surprised also. And when Ludmilla goes out there to speak with him, right? And he's like, oh, I'm so bored. Like I have nothing to do but like tend to my garden. And she says like, oh, it's better than being in the gulag. Like we did you a huge favor by not sending you to the gulag.
Yeah, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong, but I'm not really. I don't really know why they let him off the hook. I guess maybe he's some.
Well, I think for exactly the reason she's there, because they want to still try and utilize him without letting him have any power.
Yeah. So she goes out there, and first she's like tries to threaten him, and he's like, "Whatever. What are you threatening me? Like, where am I? Like, I'm not afraid of the gulag. Like, my life is so boring, and whatever. And like, send me to the gulag. I don't care, right?"
Which he's been in before, apparently. That Lenin sent him in there just because.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So then she like knows. Then she, she gets him by saying like basically like this is a threat to Star City. Like this guy Petrovsky is he's a threat to the whole space program because he's so uninspired, because he's a Communist Party stooge. And she kind of convinces him to, like, in 1 second he comes up with the answer for her, right?
Yeah.
Not the answer. He says, doesn't he say something like, well, tell the guys to start here, but that's all I'm giving you?
Yeah, something like that.
He like doesn't solve it for her, but he gives her like a little piece of information, I guess. So she has a little victory, but again, this guy, I wish I had a picture of this new guy. He just hates Ludmilla. He just wants her out of there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's part of this whole like mutual paranoia and fear of everybody has of everybody else, right?
Yeah.
Like they do a good job of that on this show, of portraying that idea that in the Soviet Union, everybody was afraid that everybody else was trying to turn you in. So he turns to Rhaenyra, right? And he basically, I mean, I thought that, originally Ludmilla really liked Rhaenyra and was like promoting her and pushing her, but now she seems to like not really like her that much, right? And be holding her back a little bit. I don't know. Do you get the impression
I don't think she's holding her back. I think he's just saying that to give Irina a little push. Irina seems content where she's at. you know?
Yeah.
Like I don't think McMilla's holding her back, as there's just nothing for her to do at the moment. You know what I mean?
And
Like
we were just saying last week how she advanced so quickly. She was basically like listening a transcriber, and then next thing you know, she's in the field.
well, she took that upon herself.
Well, yeah.
That wasn't exactly sanctioned.
Yeah.
That was self-preservation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Raskova clearly, she knows how smart the girl is. I mean, and perfect example. You know, this was an interesting scene with Arena's like, she's like, he wanted me to plant a bug, and Raskova's like, okay, so plant it.
Yeah. I mean, that was really smart.
Yeah.
I'm getting an echo. Sorry. Do you hear that echo on my end?
I do not.
Okay. I just hear myself. If I sit back from the mic, it sounds a little better. So he sends her, he sends her to plant this bug on Ludmilla because he wants to spy on her. I kind of thought, like, if I was Ludmilla, like, wouldn't you assume that your house is already bugged? Like what? There's already not a bug in her house? What?
Yeah, no, I would have thought the same thing. When he sent her there to bug the house, I'm thinking it's not already.
Right? Like she's isn't everybody in the KGB bugging everybody else, and she's pretty high up, and I was kind of surprised that's not already a bug in her house, or that she didn't assume, like that she would assume it, and you would never get Ludmilla to say anything in her own house, right?
Yeah.
Apparently that's not the case, because Irina goes there with the bug. So yeah, that was you thought that was a smart move when she chose her loyalty there, right?
Yeah, I mean, in a way, Arena's kind of playing both sides by doing that. Raskova can somewhat trust her still. The guy that's got a crush on her, he thinks she's all in. So it's. I mean, and we know, Arena ends up becoming a big dog. So.
Do you think though that it had anything to do? They made kind of a big point of showing, like, Ludmilla goes in the other room to, like, I don't know, make a cup of tea or something, and Arena is snooping around and she sees that picture of Ludmilla and her little son.
Yeah. Who died in the war.
Do you think that moved Arena? Do you think Arena made that decision on the spot when she saw Ludmilla finally as a person, or do you think she always was gonna?
It's hard to say. I mean, they played it like it was a decision. It's like she was already a little trepidatious, and I think that was kind of the final nail to make her have a definitive decision.
Yeah. Yeah. Hard to say. I thought maybe that was a spontaneous decision there.
Yeah.
Because if you were just going to go there and be like, "Oh, he told me to bug you," like, would you bring the bug? I don't know.
Well, no. She was totally. I mean, again, like I said, she was a little trepidatious on the fence, and you could see the struggle within her as she was doing it.
Yeah.
The fact that she told her she had the bug, I think, was a spur of the moment move. She could have just not done it.
Yeah.
But by telling her, it changes the whole dynamic of everything.
Right. And then so Raska was like, "Go ahead and plant the bug." And I guess the plan is like, "Go ahead. I'm not going to say anything. Like, bug my house. I'll go about my business. Like, I'm not going to."
Well, there's a flip side to that too. She could also say things that are going to send him off. And like if she's got something she needs him away for a minute or something, like, give him some kind of false lead.
Yeah.
While she's off, doing whatever.
Yeah, I feel like this guy doesn't know who he's dealing with these two formidable women, and he might be taken down.
Yeah, no, he's a total political stooge. He has no knowledge of anything.
And he has no knowledge of, like, anything about space exploration or Star City, but I also think he's not the kind of player that Raskova is.
Well,
like,
I don't know.
I
think he's just a rich guy who got the position because of who his family is.
Yeah.
Because clearly his family was close to the premier if he knows, Rhaenyra and knows who her baby daddy is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess he thinks it's a little, yeah. Yeah, I think he's going to get his comeuppance from these two. I feel a little bit, so I don't really know, but it's the 70s, a time when in all business settings, women had to really like push and scrape and be clever to advance, right? And so I feel like these two women have already like proven their smarts and their strength to even get where they are. And they're like light years ahead of this doofus who got put in charge of Star City just because of his connections, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
meanwhile, Anastasia goes to give this speech. This was really kind of sad, wasn't it? Like they made a movie about her and about her life and Sasha's life, and she has to go schlepping all around the Soviet Union, like introducing it at all kinds of, I don't know, presentations and movie premieres and whatever, right? And that scene where they show her and Sasha together and she like has to go outside and cry?
Yeah.
I felt really bad for her. Did you feel bad for her, or is she just not a good enough character for you?
I don't care. And partly because from our perspective, they were together for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. They were forced to get married. They had no love story of falling in love or whatever. They were just forced to get married.
One night of passion, and then he went to Venus.
So there's no baby. So there was we had sort of a prediction that like,
oh yeah, maybe
he's going to die, and 9 months later.
No, I forgot about that.
Right?
I forgot about the conversation. I mean, what's funny is even, she wants to go back into space. She's like, it's actually funny because we talk about, the desire to go to space and everything. And early on, she was like the only one that was like, I want to go to space. Like, what do you mean I'm never going back? This is bullshit. Like, I want to go to space. And now she's given the opportunity to go back to space, and she's like, yay. Like, she doesn't even fucking care.
Well, because now she knows they're using her, right? They don't really want her to go to space because they have any faith in her or believe she's.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't care why you're sending me to space. Thank you.
I guess. I mean,
I know it's a show, a dog and pony show because of the whole, microfilm drop on the United States, but she still gets to go back to space.
I know, but she knows, like, yeah, that what's his name, Tarasov, is just like, they're just doing it to use her as a figurehead for this mission, as a cover for all this, like, they were just gonna have her. I can see why she's very disappointed and doesn't really want to. She's not enthusiastic because she knows she's just being used as like being trotted out.
You know what? She was already being used on her world tour.
You're right. She was.
At least this usage gets to go to space.
Right? Yeah. And it's kind of okay. Two things about this. First of all, I don't really know how like sending Anastasia up there is going to like solve their political problem about Salyut being a spy mission, because like whatever, like I don't know how that proves anything, right? And second of all, they're constantly sending people to space who are like, I have no training, and like, don't worry about it. Like, she's at least the third person who's like, I'm totally not trained for this mission, and they're like, whatever, we can get you ready by tomorrow. It's fine, go ahead, right? Like,
apparently neither of the other two guys on the ship, whether the one guy's strict KGB and has no training at all.
Yeah, right? It's like the opposite of For All Mankind, where there was like so much competition between the astronauts and particularly the women in the first season, like competing to who is the best of the best to go into space. And all those scenes of Deke saying like, I decide who goes to space, not the politicians. I decide who goes, right?
Yeah.
It's the total opposite. It's like it's amazing more of their shit doesn't blow up. There's just a bunch of people that
it's okay. Tomorrow, it's okay. Right? Even if your ship blows up, you survive.
Yeah, right. So they sent her up there. I did think it was kind of a good. I like the shots of the rocket. Like they do have good like visuals on this show, right?
Yeah.
So she goes up there. She goes up into space, and here comes the big twist. Which Sergey figured it out, right?
Sergey's doing his math. Oh my God, I just realized something. And he's like, I gotta get into mission control. Like, I need to talk to them.
Yeah. And I wasn't really sure at first, like, what he was doing, what he was figuring out, because I figured those guys were like it didn't occur to me that they were at first that they were alive. I mean, eventually I'm like, oh my God, they're alive, right? But he's like, oh, I figured something out. Like, Anastasia, I need you to run a test for me, blah, blah, blah.
As soon as he was like, yeah, there's only one other craft that has this code. I was like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah. And so it's the Rhaenyra, and it's landing, right? It's the Rhaenyra, and it should be on its way back to Earth, which I'm not really sure why it's on its way back to Earth, but it was always
they're done with their 9-month mission.
So the whole thing didn't blow up, just the part with all the people in it blew up, right? Like, it looked like the whole thing blew up, right? But apparently it didn't blow up.
I mean, they're in the main capsule. They're trying to fix the whole problem with them suffocating. And then whatever Sasha did created a spark, which ignited the oxygen, and kaboom. We see Sasha jump towards Valia and Lakshmi. And like, put his body over top of them, and then they, cut to black. So we really didn't see everything, but with that, I mean, that's a big explosion to have on a little rocket and survive.
Yeah. And like Kimberly said earlier in this chat, all that fire, I didn't have any hope. I agree with her, right? But apparently it's transmitting.
I want science. If they're alive, I want science.
Just because it's still transmitting and coming back to Earth doesn't mean they're alive, except that it would be a totally stupid storyline if they're not alive, right?
You know what? I'd be okay if they like, yay, they returned, and then they open it and there's just a bunch of crispy skeletons.
Yeah,
that would be. I would enjoy that.
Yeah, it is a little surprising that this thing flew off into space, went to Venus, came back. It's been a year, right? It went all the way to Venus and came back, and nobody at Star City or NASA noticed it, right? Because this is not a storyline on Mankind. They never noticed that. There's no storyline about.
Well, no, I mean, the only thing, it's actually funny because on For All Mankind, they were aware of the probes that the Russians were sending to Venus.
Yeah.
And that they knew one of the probes was destroyed, this one, which apparently wasn't destroyed. You know what I mean?
It wasn't a probe. Wasn't a probe and wasn't destroyed.
Well, it was a probe. It was just it was a manned probe.
Okay, you can call it that if you want. Yeah. So it's coming back. It's going to come back, and like, how can they be alive? Like, how can they be alive?
Again, like I said, I'm going to need to see the rest of that scene, and I need science.
Yeah.
This is not a supernatural show. This is a scientific show, so I want the science on how they fucking survived.
And like, I guess that. Well, I mean, I guess it was they definitely were going to have enough food for all that time, and they had food and water for 9 months. I guess, right? It was a 9-month mission. Right. 9 months. So they had plenty of food and water aboard, so they could live if miraculously nobody was injured. I mean, I guess,
or one person could live if 2 died.
If anyone's alive, it has to be Sasha, right? And they're like, "Oh, Sasha, welcome back. Your wife is in space," right?
I want Lakshmi to live too. I liked her.
I know. I liked Lakshmi, and she had basically no time on the show at all. She's on the show for like 1 episode and goes up into space and blows up. But I think, I mean, Valia, if Valia's alive, like, he's going right to the gulag, right?
Yeah, so he can be dead.
Valia could be dead, and the whole point was to kill him. I mean, if they come back, they know that Roskova tried to kill them.
Yeah, and
I don't know, like what the repercussions. Like, would they say anything? No, but would she have to?
what would the repercussions be? They all know that she made the order to decompress the module.
Yeah, and everybody who was in the control room knows. Like, tons of people know it. Like, Sergey knows it, right?
Her
Like,
boss knows it.
her
She's like,
boss
he
knows
wasn't talking, so I killed him. He's
Yeah,
like, okay.
everybody knows it. So really, what could there be? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
On the flip side, hey, I thought you killed them. How'd they get back here? Are you sure you killed them?
Yeah, good job killing them. You can't even kill somebody correctly. I don't know. It'll be interesting. But you're right. It better be good. It better be some good story, because we saw, as Kelly said, there was a lot of fire, and it appeared to be like a no way that anybody could survive that, right? But we'll see. We'll see. So one more episode to go. Season finale coming on Friday. This is already renewed for a second season, right?
I don't know.
No, I could be wrong about that.
You could be right. I don't know the answer.
Yeah. I don't. Okay, let me Google that. Let me talk to my AI. Has Star City been renewed? The answer, according to AI, is it has not been confirmed as renewed yet. Apple is pretty committed to its shows, though. Apple's pretty committed to its shows, right? So it might get a renewal. We'll see. So, all right. Want me to text Jamie to come back? Okay, so Jamie should be here in a second. We are going to go next with the Vampire Lestat. As soon as Jamie pops in here.
I am here.
How'd you guys?
My camera still hid. Hold on. There we go.
That's okay. How did you enjoy this episode?
I feel like I feel like every time I watch this show, I feel like I'm missing big chunks of it. I think it's just the way the show is. I enjoy it every time, but I always feel like I'm missing big key things. I don't know. So I don't know. My main thought, like thinking a couple thoughts. One, I really, really liked the song that Lestat sang at the end. Like, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. You know, on the piano when he was like writing his song about Claudia or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then, so I guess then what I had kind of thought maybe was the case with Daniel and Armand was correct. I don't know that I quite get enough of it that I understand what was going on, but yeah, it's interesting that I was right about that, because I kind of wondered before, and you guys were like, well, we don't know that from the show. And I'm like, well, I kind of got that from out of it. So yeah, those were kind of the main things that stuck out for me.
Wait, what are you talking about?
And you guys kept saying the blood of Akasha. Now it makes sense, although that whole thing was weird.
What are you talking about with Daniel and Armand that we didn't answer you?
I know the whole thing with
that Armand was like, oh, it was love, but I wasn't in love with Lestat or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely took from this one he's meaning him. I don't know how you could take it any other way, but I don't know what happened, so I don't know, other than he was following him around for 52 years or whatever, which is kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's the show is always strange, but it's always enjoyable. It just always seems like it's so, I don't know, crazy. For lack of a better description. I don't know. What did you guys think?
Yeah, this episode, I felt like this episode was very intense.
Oh, yeah.
It was very, nothing, it wasn't crazy like the other episodes. It was pretty somber and everything, but very intense. Like you could just feel the tension in the room. Like, and Lestat going again. I was like, they're going to kill him.
Yeah.
And then when they laid down the vocal track with the music track, they're like, that was take one. He's like, great. Like they did like 72 takes, and he goes with the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have left the band by that point.
Oh, Larry did.
Yeah, well, that's true. Larry did. Yeah.
Larry left life.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't entirely his fault, but yeah. Yeah, it was good. Like I said, I liked it. So
it was really intense. I mean, sometimes, I like to check in with you, Jamie, about this, because sometimes I feel like the show is going really fast and moving really quickly through things from the book, and sometimes I feel like it's relying on book readers to be able to pick this up and understand. And I wonder sometimes, like, if you didn't read the book, like, how it all plays. I'm always like, oh, I want to ask Jamie if she thinks it's moving really fast. I want to ask Jamie if she wanted more development here or there or whatever.
yeah, it's definitely moving really fast. It always is. And I was kind of surprised with the whole thing where Louis contacted Lestat for his help. That surprised me. That to me felt a little out of left field, I guess. But like, if I think about it, it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it does move fast. For the most part, I've gotten it. I just, like I said, a lot of times I feel like I'm missing big parts of the story. It doesn't necessarily make me feel like I can't understand it or I can't enjoy it. I just feel like I feel like when you're having a conversation with somebody and like you check out for a while and you come back and you're like, what happened? And you missed like a good chunk of the conversation. That's what I feel like sometimes with this show.
Let's put it this way, Jamie. A lot of the times that you feel like you've missed something, you haven't missed anything. They just haven't told you that part yet.
Yeah. And maybe it would make more sense if I had read it. Yeah. But I mean, I'm still, like I said, I'm still enjoying it a lot. Oh, I like the tone of it, I think, is part of it. Like, it's always fun, even if it's completely crazy in the sense that it isn't making sense. It's still like fun, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so maybe we should just, I have a bunch of things I was going to say about Armand and Daniel and Lestat and all this, but maybe we should just jump into a recappy review of it, and we can hit on these things. Like the whole Daniel Armand thing, AJ, and then of course Akasha, and all that stuff. So let's jump in.
Yeah. Okay, so the whole beginning is them redoing the music over and over again. I don't know that there's really a whole lot to say about that other than he's yelling at them to start over and over. You know what though? I don't know if I had like went to do something when what was the part with Louis here in the studio? That part I don't remember.
He's imagining it. He's just imagining it. Okay.
See how
his younger self is also in the studio.
Yeah. See how Louis wearing his 1940s France outfit?
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I just couldn't remember when he showed up, and I'm like, did I miss something? I probably, for whatever reason, must have was doing something maybe on my phone when it happened. I didn't remember seeing Louis, but yeah, he was having a lot of hallucinations. Let's be honest, that's nothing new for Lestat, right?
Yeah.
That's why sometimes the stuff going on doesn't make tons of sense. But yeah, the whole beginning is them redoing the music and him not being satisfied with what they did, and he's going to re-record half of it or all of it, and so it's just kind of all that. If I missed something, let me know, but I don't think there's really anything story-wise in that. And then this is where should have had characters up, I guess, right?
Marius.
Which I have to say, it is confusing when I try to mark this for our showdown, like when I mark the episode, because it is season 3 episode 5, but half the places listed is season 1 episode 5, and I'm like, what do I put?
Yeah, because they're calling it season 1.
Yeah,
well, those places are wrong because the Immortal Universe is calling it season 3.
Yeah, but
they get to make the decision.
Yeah, I put season 3, but then I changed it because I realized I had before and I wasn't sure what the heck it was supposed to be. But yes, Marius. So Marius found him then after he had crawled into the whoever's it was. I don't know if did they say whose grave it was? I think it just said a stranger's, didn't it?
Yeah,
yeah, when he crawled into whoever's it was grave, when he was mourning, that his mother left him and everything, and he came and kind of found him, and he's like, "Why did you take me out? I wanted to die." And Marius is trying to get out of there, and he's like, "You're the new keeper. Have fun." Was essentially because Lestat clearly did not want to do this. And I was at the beginning very confused with what was going on until, I got it after, but at the beginning I was like, why are they frozen and all this? So these two are like the first vampires, right? Although the thing about why they burnt in the moonlight, that part I didn't get. I don't know if that was like an eclipse or something, or if that was something from the book I missed. But
no, what he was saying was Marius left Ankiel outside in the sun. So because Ankiel burnt, all vampires burned.
Oh, okay. I thought they were saying something happened on that date. That makes more sense. Okay. Yeah, that's why I didn't know. Well, yeah, but he said it was during the nighttime, though. How did he burn at night? That part.
No, he was saying about Lestat at night. Like, yeah.
Okay, because he said something like, "Did the moonlight ever burn you?"
To be fair, Marius was talking a million miles a minute, so I understand why it was a little confusing.
Yeah, it was hard to
What was the thing with the moon then? So it wasn't actually the moon. It was just what time it was when that happened to
other people. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. Different parts of the earth are in different times of the day, so that makes sense. I just was confused by that. Okay, so we have the first vampires who are stone essentially. They don't explain why now. I'm assuming, having seen the episode, that they put her like that because of whatever this curse thing is that he says he has now in his blood. At least that was my guess. How they're actually stone, I don't know. But they are like frozen or slowed down, I guess you could say, because she still talks to them in their head very, very sporadically, I guess would be the best way to talk about it. I went back to the wrong thing. But Marius wants Lestat to become the new keeper, which is basically to keep them there frozen and feed them with ashes of people, but not blood, because that's too much, and not let anything happen to them. And I remember when this started, I was thinking like that Lestat probably is not the one you want to trust to something like this. But yeah, so he takes off and leaves them, and then Lestat gets lonely and ends up giving her blood a tiny bit.
Unintentionally.
Well, he rubbed the blood on her lip. That was intentional.
Yeah.
That's true.
That was definitely intentional. I don't think he intended her to wake up, but he rubbed the blood intentionally. But yeah, he's been staying this whole time with them. I know there was the whole thing about, I'm just seeing as I'm going through the pictures, like he was telling him to play music for her and everything. And Lestat is already lonely and suicidal. Well, he can't be because he's a vampire, but you know what I mean. He wants to die, and now he's like, "You got to stay here." Yeah, but
you can absolutely be a suicidal vampire. There's a couple ways to die.
I know. Yeah, I could go into the sun. That's true. But anyway, he wants to die. He doesn't want to be alone, and now he's stuck with these vampires for the next century or whatever, and he gives her the blood, and then she starts waking up. And she tells him to drink from her, and she drinks. Well, first she drinks from him. She bites him, drinks from him. And that's, I guess, see, that was the part before that had confused me, that I didn't understand, because you guys, I knew that like she was not who made him, but you kept saying like the blood of a cautious. So I just assumed it was like, further down the line. So he's got the blood of her in him because he drank from her, right? I'm just making sure.
They drank from each other, yes.
Yeah, okay, I just wanted, so it's not from his maker was made by her or whatever. He's got the blood because of that, which I guess makes him strong, but also makes him insane, or at least this is what he's blaming it on. Now, whether, to me, it wasn't super clear whether there actually is a curse that made him go a little nutty, or he just thinks that. And I don't know if I'm supposed to think there is. Yeah, I don't know. What do you have about that to say? Maybe you could tell me what you think, because I'm going by not knowing anything. And silence.
AJ?
I don't know how to answer that.
Okay. Well, I just wondered, because we know he's so broken. I just wondered if like his whole thing like is just he imagined it. Not imagined her coming to life, but imagined that there's this curse that is affecting his mind. I kind of question that it's legit, but it's what he believes. Anyway.
I mean, but he says different things. Like throughout this season, he has said things about like he's boasted of how strong he is because he has the blood of Akasha.
Mm-hmm.
He's like elevates himself because he has the blood of Akasha, right? And like he doesn't now. Like, is he like, oh, I have a curse? Because like, I mean, what? I'm not going to say either way, but I do think that and the show, who knows how it's going to go, but like what Lestat says from one moment to the next is like,
you never know.
It's almost always performance, right?
Yeah, for sure. But either way, he very much pissed off Marius. That's for sure.
Well, Marius told him one thing, like, right? Like Marius was kind of like, oh, I was the watcher, now you're the watcher. I'm out of here. Like, make sure you only like, don't wake him up. Don't do this, don't do that. And then he comes back, and, right?
Yeah, and it's clear he doesn't want them woken up. And that's why I said I kind of assumed that was because of whatever this curse is. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, I'm not actually sure there is one. But there has to be a reason that he wants them stone, right? I mean, there's got to be, are we supposed, like, will that be explained, I guess, why they're still, like, why Marius didn't want them awake?
Yes.
Other than he was,
yes, it will be. And remember that the next book is called The Queen of the Damned.
Which, that's her then, Akasha?
Yes, like the story, this seems to be blending, as AJ said before, this show seems to be blending this book and the next book. The Vampire Lestat and Queen of the Damned seem to be like merging a little bit in this season.
I think I've seen the original movie like decades ago when it was on, but I don't remember anything of it.
With Aaliyah. Really.
Yeah. Okay, so then we also have the story which we talked about last week with whatever you want to call her, fake Claudia, paying her to pretend that she's Claudia. Now correct me if I'm wrong, because the way my memory is, I could be wrong, but that's the girl that was from before, right? I mean, at least I thought it was supposed to be the girl from before.
Yes, it's another faker. Like now Louis paying another girl to fake being Claudia's German true love.
Yeah.
Okay, so it just happened. That's what I thought, but I was thinking that's a little sloppy to me, because he just happens to find somebody that looks like her too.
But she doesn't. I feel like
she has red. She doesn't look that much like
her. First of all, hair color. I'm surprised he didn't make her wear a brunette wig.
What?
I said I'm surprised he didn't make her wear a black wig, because her hair was black.
Yeah. Do you remember that woon was the seamstress that Claudia went to?
Yeah, but I assumed it was the same actress, because I didn't remember what she looked like. So,
it's not even close.
All right, that makes more sense. So yeah, he's still paying her, and it's making him hurting him more and more, in the sense that it's very unhealthy, and it's not, I mean, he did this to try to make himself better, and it's clearly not doing what's intended.
This storyline is
awful.
Is wearing thin on me. Like it doesn't make sense. I mean, she's been dead 75 years, right? And it seems as raw for Louis today as it was the day she died.
Yeah.
And this is a totally messed up situation. Like, I don't know why. I forget fake Claudia's real name. I don't know why what's her name?
Regina.
This is going on. This is taking too long. I'm getting tired.
No, I agree.
I don't like this at all. I've said that since I started it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, when Lestat was upset over it because like it affected him, like you're saying it's 75 years or whatever. That I bought because he hasn't been focused on it, and like he didn't expect this, and it kind of brought memories back. So I can buy that. But yeah, the fact that Louis is still
Yeah, I will say I
this, I have
agree
a
with that.
problem.
I will say Lestat kind of got blindsided seeing her
Yeah.
in a way that, and it affected him in a way I don't think he was expecting. And then he goes and writes that song about Claudia.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping that since he told her to leave, maybe she's gonna leave and that will be the end. I kind of doubt it,
Yeah.
but all right.
She
And then
might, she might heed the warning, but Louis might go back after her. I don't fucking know.
I think she's going to end up dead, and then Lou's going to be even more fucked up.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay, so this part, and this is again where I don't know if I'm missing something. I was a little confused about because this is supposed to be Daniel, right? Like this is like him seeing himself. So I didn't know if it was just some guy looked like him or if it was just because Armand was making him talk. I got a little lost there of why this guy looks like Daniel. And I don't know if I missed something.
Black and white is always the documentary, right?
Right. Yeah. But I thought it was just somebody he was interviewing. But then the whole thing with Armand and him saying the same thing, I thought that this was supposed to be Daniel. So I was confused by that.
You confused me by saying you thought that was Daniel.
Oh, it just looks like him, but it's not supposed to be. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I thought he was like hallucinating, like maybe he was, thinking of himself, like Lestat has been that. Yeah. Okay. Well, this guy made me think of Daniel a lot. I thought it was supposed to be his younger self. So that makes more sense. He just happens to look like him, I guess. Okay. Forget I said that. So yeah, either way, I'm not sure why he was saying the same things as Armand or if Armand was talking to him for him or what. That part was why I was, I think, a little lost with that. But yeah, the point is that Armand is the one telling him about I forget what the conversation is exactly, but it's about how he followed him around for 52 years or whatever, and that he was in love with him. And so or he says he isn't going to say it. He says he isn't going to use those words until he makes it up to him for what he did. And then he goes on this whole thing about how he can let Daniel walk in the sunlight, which I don't know if this is just more Armand bullshit, which I'm kind of guessing it is. Because yeah, I don't know where that came from. As someone who has not read the book, I was completely confused.
I love how Daniel was like Armand's going on his diatribe, and Daniel's like, "Wait, walk in the sunlight?" And like he took everything after that he didn't hear.
Yeah. Well, that was the part that was the important part. So yeah, Armand, I guess, had some kind of unhealthy obsession with Daniel. Because when he was following him, that was before he was a vampire. That was when he was still human.
Yes. Remember
that was after the first interview.
Remember that the original interview did take place 52 years ago, and the show, when the show started with season 1, that was actually the second interview with the vampire, right? Because they had to make it current. Because the originally in the books, Daniel was a very young reporter when he did the interview.
Daniel didn't even have a name in the books until Queen of the Damned, I think.
Yeah. So what happened?
In the interview, he's just referred to as the boy.
Yeah. So that's when Armand first met him, and supposedly Armand, was in love with him. Like, so. I mean, AJ, we can talk about what happened. I mean, where this goes in the books. I mean, maybe it's gonna be flashback next week. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it, or.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I because I don't know where they're going with it. Kind of like there's certain things I'm holding back from all the Akasha stuff too, because that's different too. Yeah,
but it does appear, at least on the show, that Armand is like, oh, when we met 52 years ago, like I stalked you ever since then and followed you around, and like, in the book, Daniel begged to be turned into a vampire, and Armand said no many times. In the show, it appears that Armand just like attacked Daniel while they were on a plane going to Newark Airport and turned him, and Daniel's kind of pissed about it.
Yeah. That's, I think, where I say, like, when I feel like I missed part of the conversation, like clearly there was something. I mean, I'm assuming there was more to this than just I stalked you and I was in love with you, because I don't know, either that or he just really is like has a bad obsession. I mean, I'm assuming there's more to it I'm not getting yet. But Daniel definitely seems surprised, when he finds this out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What's
yeah, so I don't really like Armand. To me, the casting just has never worked. There's a lot of people who love this Armand on the show and love this actor in the role. And to me, this particular Armand, I don't know if it's the casting or the way they've made him such a weaselly weasel of a character that I just have never liked Armand since the day I met him.
I think the actor's doing a great job, but I agree. I since season 1, I was like, wait, why is Armand so old?
He was like 17 when he was turned, right?
Yeah, he was turned at 17.
Well, I think this would be even more awkward if they had used a younger actor, though, too. I mean, that might be just kind of the whole thing of like, I mean, I know that they aged Claudia up for different reasons, a completely different reason.
Well, yeah.
I understand.
I mean, if you want to age Armand a little bit, that's fine, but put him in his 20s. You know what I mean? Like, this just changes the whole dynamic of Armand, and like Karen said, they've kind of made him a weasel.
Or as Jen says, neither do I. Karen doesn't like him either. He's such a psychotic snake. That is an excellent way to characterize him. He is a psychotic snake.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And what does Marius say about him? With him, because Lestat says something about Armand, and Marius he said something. He said something, some kind of bile boy or some shit like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He clearly does not like him. But yeah, I like I said, the thing that sticks out to me about this is him telling him he can let him walk in the sunlight, and I don't know if. Let me ask you this. I'm watching this and I'm thinking Armand's full of shit. But I know there are vampire shows, and I don't know if this is part of this mythology, but I know there are vampire shows where like they can, after they're so old or whatever, get like certain powers and they can like choose a power. I'm guessing that's not part of Anne Rice's mythology. And he's just full of shit. But I don't know because I haven't read it. But you know what I mean when I say that? I'm trying to think of what that's even from.
I know what you're saying.
I think it was it from Vampire Diaries, maybe? I don't know. Some vampire show where like they can choose to like one of them like chose to be able to be seen in the mirror or whatever. Like they could choose. So I was thinking like maybe if that was the case, I could say, well, maybe he could learn to walk in the sunlight. But I think Armand's just full of shit. That's my assessment, knowing nothing.
Or he's not being literal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I have to think about that. Yeah,
no, I'm just saying because Armand's such a snake.
Yeah, that's true. So I see Val says they're clearly going somewhere with this plot. We will find out. Yeah, I don't know.
I think Belle was talking about the
Regina plot.
Oh, okay. I did not realize that. Sorry. All right. So yeah, they're talking, and you're right. He didn't really listen to anything else after that. There's more of them redoing the album over and over again. Boy,
Lestat is like an out of control, horrible producer in all these scenes, right? Like he is.
That's what I said. I would have quit by then too. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So Lestat is trying, I guess would be the best way I can describe this. He's trying to provide her with entertainment, I guess. But he is he's still lonely. But I love this scene about the ice cream scoop. He's like, scoop. It just was silly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's how he knows she's kind of awake whenever she knocks the
I like the listening to him play the violin because he's clearly not that good yet.
Yeah, it's awful. And I guess it was just he just told him, think about how Nikki played, I guess, with the I'm not sure how you can learn from that, but
yeah, that's what he meant.
Yeah.
So yeah, he is trying, and that's where she knocks the ice cream scoop on the ground. And it's clear she's been moving because when they show her again, she's got like her back arched. So she's I don't know. I didn't think she could move at all, but clearly I was wrong and didn't understand that. And then we have Lestat trying to record himself, and he is hallucinating Nikki, so he's messing up and mad and yelling, and yeah, that's kind of the whole time he's there, he's screaming at all of them, so that's nothing new. And then he goes and records it in the sunlight, which yeah, I guess technically they can stand in the sunlight. I don't know that it's enjoyable, but yeah, was that just like because he was so pissed? I thought at first like he was trying to film something. I thought maybe they were.
He was trying to get a certain sound that he couldn't get. That last sound that he got with that really high pitched screeching that broke the glass. That's what he was going for. That's why he was going out into the sun, because the sun was burning him and it was burning his vocal cords, and that's how he was able to create that sound.
Yeah, and then he'll heal. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was a funny scene.
Yeah, I liked it, especially when he comes back and he's like, he keeps coming back more and more burnt each time that he does it. He's more singed, getting his.
I mean, to be fair, at least he kept, not only did he tell them again, he kept telling himself again. So.
Yeah, he's doing it to himself.
He's just like, every time you think that Lestat is like just completely losing his shit, then the next episode takes it to like a whole new level of losing your shit, right?
That's a good description. He is always losing his shit. And then we have this scene with them on the lake. Again, I think we've all agreed we don't really love this.
Yeah, but this scene was like,
it just showed how disturbing it was to me. Like, because he's like, your accent's wrong. Just use your real voice. And then she's like, should I start over? Like, that made it even more creepy. Like,
yeah,
really aware of this performance. It isn't like he paid her and then can get into it and like isn't thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like, he's still thinking about it as a performance. So it's very bizarre.
But I mean, this goes to a point where like the cop comes and is like, get out of, is this supposed to be the lake in Central Park? He's like, get out of that boat, get out of the lake. And when he freezes the cop, then Regina asks him to freeze her. Right. Yeah. And it's a very weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would ask him to freeze you. Like, it didn't really do anything other than just like pause it. She didn't remember it, so I don't know.
Well, I think that's what she wanted to know, what it felt like.
Yeah. And then he cries, right? He cries after he like unfreezes her.
Yeah.
He's very like Louis.
The whole thing is.
It's all weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now put this up though that her name's Regina in episode introducing the Queen.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm guessing maybe I'm supposed to take something from that I don't know because I haven't read the book. So.
Well, this whole like Louis Claudia weirdness is made for the show.
Yeah. So that's true. So it's a different story.
This is made for the show. This is not what I couldn't tell you where this is going.
Yeah. Either way, it was very bizarre. Here's the Queen there. Like I said, she's clearly
tapping her fingers.
This is at the New Year's Eve party. At Lestat's lame ass New Year's Eve party with like with all these like Armand is represented by a chunk of moldy bread.
Yeah, he's trying. I mean, I'm kind of a little surprised, I guess, that Lestat didn't just like leave them and not do what he was told. Like, he stayed there even though he didn't want to, which kind of actually surprised me a little bit because I thought he'd just take off.
He has Marius gave him purpose.
That's true. Yeah.
But left him alone, which is kind of the worst thing for Lestat. Like, he's clearly losing his mind a little bit and going all loopy. And he did earlier when Marius was like, I'm ditching you. He's like, but I don't like being alone. And
well, I feel like Marius was like, ooh, I can get away from this. Let me give it to somebody else. Make somebody else take care of it.
Yes. Marius is like, oh, I'm going to go find some new presents for her. I'll be right back. And then he's gone for like years.
Yeah.
That's the blink of an eye for a vampire.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to deal with it. so yeah, he's having his New Year's Eve party, and I didn't get a picture of it, but he puts the blood. I wasn't sure. I missed where the blood came from, but he puts the blood on her lip.
He cuts his finger and puts blood on her lip.
Okay, I blanked. So it's his blood then. That was also to me, and see, this is where I don't know a lot of the vampire lore, because I'm not understanding, I guess, why vampire blood would even bring her out of it, because
Well,
he's
blood.
Blood is blood.
It's blood. Blood.
okay. But it's not necessarily nourishment. I assumed it had to be human blood. But anyway,
it's just a drop. Like, it's not enough to be nourishment if it came from a fresh baby human or not, right? It's a little. He's putting it on like lipstick.
Yeah, true.
He's not trying to feed her. He's saying,
no,
like,
but I mean, like when Marius says, don't give her any blood, I assumed that meant like human blood. I didn't realize that their blood could have an effect on another vampire other than like, sexual. I didn't know that anyway, the point is he does that and it wakes her up. Yeah, she can drink both human and vampire, if that's not really a spoiler. Is that like specific to her? I mean, that's like not specific to her, right? I mean, they all drink from each other. I just didn't know that it could, I guess, do something is my point. Like, I didn't know that it could.
We have seen these vampires bite each other before.
Yeah, but that's usually more of a them enjoying themselves. So yeah, she has his blood, and then she gets him to drink from her. I don't think it actually shows him drinking from her, but they said that he drank from her. And she has him like suspended as she's going a little nutty. It would be my best explanation, saying all these things that probably have some purpose behind them that I don't know yet. That didn't make a whole lot of sense. Okay, and it's interspersed with more of them in the band. This is before Larry. Was this Larry, or is the other guy Larry?
That's Larry.
That's Larry.
Before Larry leaves, but he's struggling. And then Louis calls Lestat. And I know it was I think it was on a text message, wasn't it? And that he needed help. And he basically is completely broken. And he's like, it's not really her, right? Like, she's dead, right? And wants him to make sure it's not really her. So he's completely not in a good place. And Lestat goes in, and it does affect him because she does look so much like Claudia. But yeah, he's like, leave Louis alone. I know you're getting money out of this. This is messed up. It's not fair to him.
He said exactly what I was thinking, because I was like, wait, Louis giving her like $500,000. Why is she working in this shitty diner?
Oh, yeah, he did say that.
And I was like, thank you, Lestat, for asking the question that the entire audience is asking right now.
Yes. And she's like, wanted to interject some real life in between all the craziness. I'm sure there's much better ways to do that, but but yeah, he's like, this isn't fair to Louis. You got your money, go, and don't come back, is basically what that amounts to. Yeah, but it does affect him.
I thought this scene was actually really, I mean, like the storyline or don't, I thought the scene was really good. I thought Sam Reed was great, and I'm forgetting the name of the actress who plays Claudia / Regina, but she was great also, as they both like, he like, she realizes who she's talking to, because Lestat supposedly dead, right? He was supposedly shot in the street, and also who he is to Louis. And then Sam Reed like just looks so broken when it was a great scene. It was great work they did.
I did like it. I like it when he's like, why would you do this? And she's like, he came to me. Like, I was just minding my own business. Like, don't put this on me.
Yeah, it's not really her fault. But this is where I said earlier, like, I understand that he was taken off guard and this affected him. It's the fact that Louis is like stuck. You know what I mean? It's different. But I did like that we see that he's affected by it too. He hasn't completely gotten over it, but he doesn't dwell on it like Louis does in a fucked up way. But yeah, it does still affect him. He does still think about what had happened, and yeah, he's like don't talk to Louis anymore. Because he still cares about Louis. He doesn't want her hurting him continuously, although I think he's kind of.
Yeah, but Louis doing it to himself. Like,
yeah, Louis doing it to himself, and he's kind of beyond that point. That I don't know that Lestat saying this is going to A, make a difference, and B, work, because I feel like even if she listens, Louis will probably still go after her again. So
listen, maybe the whole point of this storyline was for Lestat to write a song about Claudia, and now it's over.
Maybe
That would be wonderful.
I mean, there's also a little part here where both at the beginning of this encounter and at the end, Lestat's like, oh, yeah, Louis, like, I was shot multiple times in the street and you didn't even bother to call me. But yes, let me come here and help you with your, like, psycho Claudia problem right now. Right?
Yeah, which he's not wrong. That was funny.
I mean,
Yeah, he gets, and mentioned in the scene, he even says, he goes, the next time somebody tries to kill me, at least call me afterwards.
Well, they're on a break. That would be my response.
It's so sad. Like, it's like this entire season, we're just seeing Lestat like really like coming apart, right? And all like his trauma, and I mean, he brings a lot on himself also, right? Like, your mother is toxic, stay away from her. But in the end, he puts Louis's pain ahead of his own, and like when Louis calls, he's there for him, right? And he, as much as he kind of has hated Louis over this book and all, like, there's still love there, right? And he like takes Louis's like he can see that Louis is in crisis and he goes to help.
Yeah, and it's sad because he really doesn't have anybody. And that's kind of where I've said before, I a lot of times feel bad for him because everything has fucked him up so bad. And you're right with what you said. Like, it's been so many years that he can, some of it is him continuing down that path when maybe he doesn't need to. So it's not, some of it is his fault, but I still feel bad. Like, he's been screwed and left behind so many times. So yeah, big trauma. But yeah, he does try to help Louis. He's like, it's not her. And he makes a point of saying, too, that he knows it's not her because of her hip and her heart murmur or something. I don't know if that was just like for the audience in case there was any doubt that it wasn't her.
It can't be her. We saw her.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know why.
Yeah, he just makes a point about her gait from a hip injury. And she doesn't have Claudia's heart murmur.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure what the point.
Well, I think there might be a little bit of a message like, I know you're not her. Like, don't mess with Louis. Like, don't try to make him think that you're her. I know you're not her.
Yeah, I guess I could see it that way. That makes sense. So he tries to help him, and
when he tells Louis it's not her, stay away from her.
Yeah. He's right. All vampire trauma on a whole new different level. Louis is really messed up. Oh, they're talking about their eyes. I wanted to ask you guys that because I did not really I know there's got to be a reason why their eyes are different, and I don't know that because I don't know if I just don't remember it from the original series or if that's something for the book. I know Armand's eyes are red, and it makes sense because he's kind of like you said, the weasel, so it makes him look more evil. Lestat's eyes, I actually don't even notice that often the color they are. Louis, it just makes them look off. Yeah. But why are his mother's eyes so like dark blue? It's like, is there a reason, or are they just all different?
I think people have different color eyes in their life, and when they're turned, their vampire eyes are different colors, just like humans have different color eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're vampires. They're more vibrant.
I think Jen means, maybe I'm wrong, but I think she means
she means Regina doesn't have vampire eyes like Claudia had, right? Yeah. Claudia had those vampire eyes, and Regina doesn't.
Yes.
But that's a sign that she's definitely not Claudia.
Yes, that is another sign she's not Claudia, if there was any doubt. But I really like this scene. Like, I think Sam Reed, even like into this scene, does like such a good job. Like, it was kind of heartbreaking, and I really enjoyed this performance. Just watching him, because I really felt it, like you said about it being intense. Like, I felt like this part was very intense. and I very much enjoyed it. I want to go and listen to the album. I have Apple Music for 3 months. I want to go listen to the album and listen a little more to the lyrics because I feel like I haven't paid maybe enough attention to the lyrics that I should have.
He's very good in these scenes. Sam Reed is so good in the Lestat like singing scenes, and like he's so good on stage as this over the top glam rocker, but then he's so good in this sort of quiet, intimate, like solo recording session also, right?
And decides to change the band's entire image.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're basically like, this song is so good, and he's like, yeah, we're using it, and they're like, but it screws up everything else. He's like, yeah, so what? Like, fuck that. So yeah, they're changing the whole album now, I guess. And he
says, I'll just do it without you. He's like, whatever, you got the band's done. I'll do the whole album without you guys. You're not vampires. You don't get it. It's only for a vampire's ear, and you guys, and they're all like, change us. And then he's like, no, right?
Yeah. But here's where he's thinking about Claudia. But yeah, I forgot about that at the end. They are like, we want to be vampires too. And he's like, no. And this is where he goes into explaining why it's not a good idea and that he's cursed because of Akasha's blood. And again, I don't know that I believe this. I believe he believes it. But I don't know enough about it yet to know. But yeah, he's like, basically like, her blood made me crazy. You don't want it. And I'm not going to.
Also, we kind of skipped over, but I love the scene earlier with TC when she plays the drums and he's like, no, you're not doing it right. He's like, don't play it like a drum. And she's like, what would you like? But it is a drum. He's like, but it's not. And like, they have that whole back and forth. She's just like, okay. She's like,
I don't know what to say at that point.
I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah. And then we have the stuff with Akasha, which, like I said, to me, that was just her going crazy, and it didn't. I'm guessing, like I said, I'm guessing that there probably is meaning behind what she said, but none of it made any sense to me, not knowing enough. But yeah, clearly Marius did not want her awake because of whatever is wrong with her, or yeah, I don't know. I still don't understand how she's frozen in stone in the first place, but he gets upset and wants her back to, he's like, now I'll never get her back to sleep.
Think of it like when you like, if you're sick or something and you're in a hospital bed for a long time and your body starts to atrophy.
Okay, and it turns.
Think of turning to stone being like atrophy for vampires.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, I'm interested in why he didn't want her awake, though, because they're supposed to be like really important vampires and they're keeping them as stone. So I don't know if it's just, like I said, is it just because of whatever is going on with her, or is it that they don't want them controlling that? Like, I don't, I have no idea because I don't know enough of the book.
So Belle, I think Belle maybe is not a book reader. Belle says, assuming they have her under control because she is so powerful, she is dangerous. I mean, we can't tell you why she's.
Yeah, I just don't think.
And why she's been kept in that state for so long, and why she needs a caretaker. Like, we can't. It's all coming, Jamie. But we can't.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yeah. I can't, and it just sucks because. How long is it going to take for the next season to come? Because I can't wait for the next part of the story.
No, but there's 2 episodes left this season at least. I thought I was thinking there was 8. There's 7 because they said 2 episodes.
Yeah, 7.
Okay, 7. That's such an odd number. I never understand sometimes why they choose a certain amount, but
I don't understand why they don't make. I mean, they have the source material. They're adapting a huge book series. I don't know why they don't make longer seasons.
Yeah, that's really just 7 is such an odd number for a season. Like, at least make 8 or 10 or something.
I hear you. Although poor Sam Reed must be exhausted by the end of filming even just 7 or 8 episodes. Like,
especially when he's doing stuff like this.
Right? Yeah.
He was
He's
cool.
like, he's been suspended from the ceiling for 3 days, he says, right?
Yeah.
For 3 days. And Marius, which, by the way, like, were you guys like to see Christopher Heyerdahl in that role?
Yep. He's in so many things.
Yeah.
You know, did I tell you I can't remember if I told you. I feel like maybe I told you guys. But the other day I came into the living room and my mom's like, "You got to see this show. You'd really like it. It's called Sanctuary." I'm like, "Really?" Like, do you not remember that I covered this the press tour? I thought it was kind of funny. I was just thinking of it because of him. And I'm like, "Yep. We covered it in Florida."
Yep.
So yeah. But yes, I liked seeing him. Although it's not, it's very unusual.
I don't like his wig.
Like that. Yeah, that kind of wig was hilarious.
Terrible wig.
Yeah.
Maris is like, "I told you one thing, and you couldn't do one thing." And then he's
unworthy.
And he says it's going to take me. What is he? It's going to take me days to get her back on the slab. It's going to take me months to get her back on the slab. He says some shocking amount of time. He says it's going to take him to get her back onto the slab. His intention is to return her to her restrained state.
Yeah.
Which he does because we know that the reason she we know that she's awake now, right? Like, remember a couple weeks ago when Gabriella was like, "Oh, do you hear the voices?" And like Lestat has mentioned more than once that he hears her voice, right, throughout the season.
Oh, that's supposed to be her voice that they're hearing. Okay, that.
Oh, did I just spoil that for you?
Well, no, that makes sense. I didn't know if I just didn't understand it or I'm not supposed to know that, but that makes sense now. And then I would say then that he is affected by some kind of curse, that's why he's seeing that. So that makes a little more sense. I don't know whether that makes him crazy or just means he can hear her, but I mean,
Gabriella said she heard her also.
Yeah, but Gabriella is his. I mean, if he's got her blood in him, so does she, because he sired her. So,
but then presumably Louis also would have the blood of Akasha.
Okay, that's true.
Right.
See, that's interesting to me. Yeah, because like I said, when he said he had the blood of Akasha, I assumed it was like in the lineage, but to know that it's because he drank her blood is interesting.
I mean, Jen is, pointing out she's the mother of all vampires, and Kill, is that his name? Her husband, they're the mother and father of all vampires. They're the original ancient vampires. So in a way, does everybody have the blood of Akasha? I guess, but it's like centuries and centuries and centuries. Like, it's not like.
Oh, he turned her right. Well, says he turned her first. Oh, I don't know. See, this is where sometimes the timelines confuse me. But yes, I guess he would have had to have turned his mother before he drank her blood.
His mother was the first person he turned, right?
Yeah, so he did turn her before.
Well, he turned her before, yes, because she leaves him, and then Marius pulls him out of the ground. He's in the ground. Yes, his mother leaves him, and then he goes to ground, and then Marius pulls him out and brings him here. So yeah,
okay, so
turn Gabrielle before
in Gabrielle for sure. It should be in Louis, whatever it is, but Louis isn't acting like. Well, yeah. Then again, Louis has issues too, I guess.
Lestat we've seen him turn numerous people, not all of whom are alive anymore, or I guess none are except Louis. He turned Louis.
Yeah, we don't know Claudia, if they went.
He turned Claudia for Louis. Anyway,
I see May says it's a thing to drink from another immortal. I'm thinking now of Telemasca. We had this conversation, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. And I had not thought of, but that was with a human drinking from an immortal, not another vampire. So interesting. Wow. But yeah, it makes sense.
Anyway, AJ, this actor who they've cast as Akasha, I don't know her name offhand. I'm going to look it up. It is, I think, whether or not you liked that movie, Aaliyah is like in my mind as Akasha always, right?
Yeah.
It's not listed for the episode. Oh wait, I'm not under all cast and crew. Maybe it is. Hold
on. The actress is oh crap, I remember it.
Yeah, unless I'm spelling it wrong, it's not
Sheila,
coming up.
Sheila,
Sheila Atim.
Yep.
She was in Doctor Strange.
Okay, yeah. And that's why it's not listed as a key as Akasha. It is Queen of the Damned.
Imdiv is behind the ball sometimes.
Oh, and she was in the Underground Railroad, which I've been meaning to watch, and I never get around to watching. Which I feel terrible about. And she was in The Woman King. She's been in a lot of stuff. Anyhow, I'm sure she'll be great, and this character is going to be great, right? When they get around to it.
Why did you guys disappear?
I don't know.
I was just going to ask if that was just me or if that was something that happened.
Something weird. I'll try to fix it.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. This happened like last week and a couple weeks when we spent more time.
I don't really this. Well, you guys are going to go on to the other thing anyway, so in a couple minutes.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Okay, so this is not quite the end of the episode yet, though.
No.
Yes. The end of the episode is when so Larry, there's this woman that's like, "Oh, you're so great. I love your band. I'm sorry your band."
Well, Larry has quit. Larry has quit and left, right?
And he's like, "I quit." He finally tells her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And then Armand is sitting there, and I think he reads his mind, if I remember rightly. He says something to him that he knows something's up. I mean, other than he's a creepy weasel and is crazy, like we said, I don't know why he made him walk out in front of the train or the subway car. Sorry, not train. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was about or why that happened. I'm assuming we're not supposed to know why, but
I didn't understand it either.
No, although I think that he, it definitely has to do with this guy being part of Lestat's band and part of his did he do it because the guy left Lestat? And is he? I mean, this is the second time. Like, he left, right? And then he joined.
It was the other guy that left.
No, the other guy quit.
Oh, the other guy quit.
Yeah,
the first time Larry left.
The other guy quit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe I don't know why. I mean,
I think to me it's more like a whim, like he just felt like killing somebody, but maybe that's not how you were supposed to take it. But that's
I don't know. I don't really think that's Armand, like being like, I just feel like killing. That's Gabriella, right?
True.
I feel like killing people, so let me just kill.
Yeah, but I don't think this would hurt Lestat, so I'm not sure. I guess what the purpose was. Yeah.
I mean, I think he might have killed him. Here's really why I think I killed him, because Armand believes in the old ways, and Lestat has told Larry is one of the people, like, maybe Larry's the first, maybe he'll kill the whole band. Armand does not approve of Lestat telling everybody about vampires, living openly as a vampire. Like Armand believes in the old laws, right? And Larry maybe knows too much about their world and the vampires and everything, and maybe.
I mean, it's different than. I mean, they've done things very differently than in the books, but kind of Karen's on the right path, I think, simply because in the book, Lestat keeps his band in the penthouse to protect them from other vampires.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, whatever happened to the other bandmate though when he left and had AA meeting with Armand? There was like that whole thing where he was like, "This guy's a god," and then they sort of dropped that.
Armand's working his way through the band, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
maybe it'll come back around.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just remember that now, and I'm like, they didn't really talk about that again. Yeah, I don't know. But that is the end.
All right.
Yeah. There are 2 episodes left. I don't think they're going to get through much of the story, but I don't know where the story's going, so I can't really. But yeah, it does seem like there should be more.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Wes.
Hey, wow.
Oh, thank you, West.
Has anyone got the talisman? I do not know since I wasn't on that list, but if you have gotten your talisman or have not gotten your talisman from the second group, let us know. But thank you again for sending those out. I'm glad that people are getting them. I have mine on my door to my office now from the
Oh, so you're safe from the monsters.
Yeah, yes, it's keeping them out. From that was from the ones Dieter had given. It came from that. I don't know if he bought them from the same place or not, but that was from that rabbit tree ones that Dieter used. All right. Well, yeah, you guys are on House of the Dragon, I guess, next.
Yes.
I will stick around and probably join you at the end if you're not too long, because I have not seen it. But yeah. The only other thing I have to say is, like I said, make sure you guys check Discord, because I do believe that we're going to have a from panel wrap up thing Thursday. We're still kind of ironing out the details, but which you guys are welcome to come to. I figured you probably didn't want to, but you're welcome to. Thank you, West. What's the question? Or are you saying that was a question? I'm assuming there's another question to follow, but thank you. Hey, Scarlett. Okay, well, I am going to, like I said, go off camera. I'll still be here listening. And are you doing House of Dragons? They are doing House of Dragons
right now.
Right in April. I'm gonna listen because I have not seen it. But all right, I'll have fun, you guys, and I will try to pop back in at the end.
Okay. AJ, episode 3. The title is Rhaenyra Triumphant.
That's debatable.
Yeah.
I gave this episode a different name. It's called "You Are the Queen. Enjoy your new kingdom. Oh, by the way, you're broke."
So there's a weekly recap review on NPR on npr.org, and this week the headline of the review was "Heavy hangs the head that wears the wig." Yeah, so this was a weird episode, right? Because of like there's a bunch of this entire episode takes place in King's Landing almost entirely, right? And there was like a bunch of cliffhangers at the end of last episode. So like Aemond ran into the witch, he ran into Alice Rivers, right? He gets stabbed, he runs out. Like, we don't see them, we don't see him, we don't see like everyone's favorite new buddy comedy. Like, we don't see Laris and Aegon. Like, nobody is seen this week. It's completely Rhaenyra and her new life in King's Landing.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I enjoyed the episode.
I enjoyed it. I think it was really, I thought it was a good episode. We see that, like, you know, being the queen is not like she thought she was going to like roll in here. And wait, I don't want that picture to be on. Like, she thought she was going to roll in and sit on the crown. And I felt like this picture that HBO put in the dump this week is exactly like this, encapsulates the episode. And I captioned it, "This job sucks." Like, this look on her face is exactly like this look. And also this, like, this is the episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, she thought she was going to get in there and have a big coronation and be the queen. It was going to be great. And like, it's nothing but trouble from the moment she arrives. So she's got 99 problems, right? Problem number 1, the money's gone. Like, I don't know how, like, they got rid of, I forget who they said moved it out. Is it one of the Lannisters? Somebody
absconded. Well, it was who was the Master of Treasure, whoever that was.
I want to say it was Tywin Lannister, but it's a Lannister, I think, right? Was the master of coin and has moved all the gold out of the treasury without anybody noticing or having any idea where it went. Right? And she actually she goes right to Allison, right? And she's like, where's my gold? My gold is gone. And Allison's like, your gold? And she's like, okay, the crown's gold, the treasury. Like, where did it all go? And Allison's like, I believe Allison that she doesn't know. Right? Do you believe her?
Yeah.
That she doesn't know where it all went?
Yeah, no, she has no idea. I mean, the stuff she pulled, the stuff that she does know was her own deception in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't know what others were doing. Like she said, they hated her.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, Jasper tried to rape her.
Yeah. They did all hate her. Also, she asked the Maester. The Maester doesn't know, right? I forgot that guy's name. Orwell. He doesn't know where the money is. I don't think that anybody would tell him either, right? He's kind of shady. Like, I don't think you'd tell anyone. If you were to steal all the gold in King's Landing, would you tell really anyone? No. Right?
No, I wouldn't tell anybody.
No. And maybe Lord Larys knows. Lord Larys might know something. He knows a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
So problem number 1 is no money. No one knows where it went. Nobody has any idea what's going on with that. Problem number 2, Aegon fired all the rat catchers, right? Because the rat catchers killed his baby, right? Was it the rat catchers that Daemon hired to kill the baby? Well, to kill him, and they killed the baby instead, right? Isn't that why that's why he fired all the rat catchers, I think. Right? Didn't 2 rat catchers?
I don't remember why he killed he killed all the rat catchers because it was something really childish and demented.
No. It's because the rat catchers were supposed to kill him, and when he wasn't around, they just killed the baby instead, right? Because they were like, well, a son for a son.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And they killed the baby, and that's why he's so mad.
That's
which
right.
It's justified, but so he fired all the rat catchers now there's a lot of rats around everywhere. So I don't have a good picture. There are no pictures of rats. Well, there were no rats in the.
You don't have any good pictures of rats. You don't have dinner.
No.
That was a brilliant scene. That might have been her only win the whole episode. I love the part. I love the part when she's getting all ready and everything, and she's like, "I'm bleeding." I was like, if things aren't bad enough, she gets her fucking period during all this shit.
My job sucks. I can't trust my husband. I'm broke. Everybody's whining.
I can't trust my body.
And now I have my period also. Yeah, that would really. And all the women watching the show knew exactly how she felt. So problem number 3, she's got her period. Problem number 4 is that all of these people are coming to court to ask for help with their problems, right? And they're all we're starving, we're poor, and Rhaenyra has no good. What'd you think of her solutions to their problems?
They were not good.
This lady is I'm a weaver and there's no wool because all the dragons keep eating all the sheep.
Yeah, and there's I hadn't even thought about it. There's 6 dragons now.
There used to only be 1 or 2 in King's Landing, right? Now there's 6.
Yeah.
And Rhaenyra's like, oh well, why don't you just shear off their wool before the dragons eat them? And then the guy's like, that's fine, but I'm a butcher and we have no meat to sell because there's no the dragons are eating everything. The dragons are a big problem, right?
Yeah.
So, and all these people, and Daemon is hilarious because she's like, oh, the people have all these problems, and Daemon's like, they're a bunch of whiners.
Yeah.
Daemon's like, oh, poor people are a total bunch of whiners.
No, the funny thing is, though, he's not necessarily really wrong. like Rhaenyra is just getting her first real taste of it, and I think her conversation with Allison is really good later when Allison's like, yeah, she's like, your heart breaks, but you have to think of the whole and not the individual.
And you can't help everyone, right? Then this guy who's the butcher, Rhaenyra says to him, he's like, well, there's no game anywhere because of the dragons and we're all starving and blah, blah. And she's like, well, you could go hunting in the Kingswood. And like everybody in the entire room is like, are you kidding me? Right?
Like you can what?
And Corlys is particularly appalled. And she's like, well, not deer, just rabbits.
Yeah, maybe rabbits. Yeah, not deer or elk, but maybe rabbits.
Yeah. So next problem. Speaking of Corlys, he's a problem, right?
He's not a problem. Rhaenyra is the problem in this case.
Yeah, he wants his boys legitimized, Alan and Adam, right?
Right.
What do you think about that?
I think it's I understand why he wants to do that. He has no family left other than his granddaughter. Well, two granddaughters. But he's thinking about his lineage, and I get it. And lesser men have been made legitimate. I think her reasoning for it is not doing it is bad. Like, if she legitimizes them, nobody's going to turn around and be like, oh, that reminds me, your children are bastards too. Like, her thought process on that is not good. And she's making an enemy of somebody she should not.
Yeah, I mean, oh, sorry, I got a big echo there. I mean, I'm with you. I think like Corlys, he wants to claim his sons. He's doing the right thing by these boys. They've proven their loyalty to the crown, and she won't do it. I wasn't really sure why she won't do it.
Well, she said why.
She didn't really say why.
She did, because she's afraid. She said that if she legitimizes them, then then people might start talking about the fact that her children are illegitimate, and she's like, she doesn't want to get that brought up again.
Well, she didn't say. I thought what she said was like, you're going to want to do it, then the next people are going to want to do it, then all these people are going to legitimize. She doesn't say my son, because he says.
Oh, she absolutely does. That's why they had that argument in the hallway.
Well, he says it. He says, your sons are bastards. Why do you get, why, like, what if everybody knew, right?
But that's why he says that, because she says that's why.
Wait, I can't hear you. You're away from your mic.
No, I'm not. She says that's why he brings it up, because she says she won't legitimize his kids because she doesn't want people giving her the cross eye about her kids. She does say that. Maybe you missed that part.
Well, I didn't really okay, so she's like, I can't just go proclaiming bastards legitimate right now. Like, I guess maybe after she becomes the queen, right? She's like, I just can't. It's so sensitive. I just can't do it right now. And he's like, what? Your son is a bastard. All your, blah, 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 blah. I mean, he's kind of yelling at her, right?
Oh, yeah. He's pissed.
I mean, I don't think she has a good answer. And, I get what, she doesn't really have a good answer for him after he starts yelling at her. But he should not be yelling at the queen, right? You just don't do that. And to be fair, okay, her children are bastards. She kept them and raised them and gave them her name and raised them. And he ignored these two for their entire lives and treated them like shit. And now at the last minute, when he's lost everything, he has nothing. Now he suddenly is wants these boys to have his name. It's not really at all the same situation. He didn't raise she raised her bastards. He didn't raise his, right? She, he left them with their mother and ignored them. I think there was a big difference in how they treated their illegitimate children. And you could say it's because she was the mother and what was she going to do with them? He's the father, I guess, right? But it's easier for a man to dump his illegitimate children than for the mother, right?
Yes.
I just feel like it's not really at all the same thing.
Yeah. Yes. She's got enough enemies, and she's making an enemy of a friend.
Yeah. Okay, I lost my train of thought there for a second. I'm sorry. I just lost what I was going to say. But he's really kind of on thin ice, and I'm not really sure what he's related to her, kind of. He was married to her aunt, right? But I'm not sure what his fleet is gone, his power is gone, his money is gone, and now he's yelling at her. So, he's not in a good position. Like, that probably was not a wise idea, right?
I didn't have a problem with him getting pissed at her.
I didn't. I thought really the point of this was to show how she's not really able to manage it, and it's another problem she's got, right? And she's not good at managing. Like she was being raped. Remember when, in season 1, when she was a little girl, and her father always had her in his council meetings and was kind of trying to teach her, and everybody was like, "You can't have a girl around," blah, blah, blah. And then all that changed after he had sons, and he sets her aside. I feel like Rhaenyra, she's never. I think this was partly to show another problem that she's not really ever learned how to manage problems or how to rule.
Well, to be fair, she totally stepped in shit. She got on the throne, but it turns out that things weren't that good in King's Landing under Aegon's rule either. And when Aemon took over, it was all about war,
Yeah.
So things already weren't good, and then they absconded with the wealth, and everything is just. She did not take over in a good situation.
No, she didn't. She didn't. And the people that were there before her, purposely left her in a bad situation, right? It's kind of like when supposedly when the Clinton people supposedly took all the W's off the keyboards when they left the White House, right? That urban legend.
Yeah.
That's kind of what's happened here. There are no W's on any of her keyboards. And she's got a bunch of other whiners around. I didn't have any pictures of, the dragon seeds, Ulf the Hammer or Ulf the White. Those 3 guys are where I need a castle. I need a house. Where can I live? My wife isn't around. Well, when is it going to happen? The guy just needs to get paid, right? These people are just one after the next. All these people are coming at her and asking her for stuff. She's really in a bad spot. Her husband is no help. And so Daemon, he just thinks the war has been won, right? We didn't really talk about what happens at the beginning of the episode where Lord Hightower bends the knee, which seemed to be a throwaway scene and ends up being a really important scene by the end of the episode, right? And
even after he bent the knee, I still didn't trust him, but not to what ended up happening.
No. So he bent the knee, and Daemon's like, "That's great. Go home. And by the way, look at this. Looks so much better on my TV. This looks like AI that
looks bad.
It looks
that does look bad.
It looks like I made it on my computer, doesn't it? And it's a photo from HBO, but it even looks like Matt Smith's head came from a different picture and was put on top of there. So he gets Lord Hightower to bend the knee, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, Lord Hightower, I know that you have this is where Darren was sent to him to be his squire, right? For his safety, and now Daemon's got him. So Rhaenyra also has this problem that she's got Alicent's other son being held hostage, and Daemon, who always wants to kill everyone, is Daemon keeps telling Rhaenyra to kill people. He's kind of bloodthirsty.
Well, yeah, it's Damon.
And then look how that paid off for her in this episode, right?
Yeah.
Because where's my little picture of Miss Allison here? Allison is like, oh, well, you don't know where the money is? Well, maybe if you didn't kill everybody, maybe you didn't kill my father, and what's that guy called? Lord, the Iron Rod, the other guy that they killed. Like,
Jasper.
they're Jasper. She's like, Jasper might have known. Oh, I think the Maester is like, Jasper might have known, right? And like, she's like, oh, like, maybe you shouldn't have killed them so fast. Maybe you shouldn't let Damon be like, kill him until you get some information out of these people. So that seems to have not been a good idea in retrospect, right?
No. Good thing she didn't listen to Damon.
No, Damon is a little like, so Damon is a problem in this episode in more ways. Because he's so, where is his picture? He's so bloodthirsty, and he's like, okay, we got King's Landing. Let's go conquer Dorne. Let's go conquer Essos. Let's go. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Doesn't he look like an elf in this picture, by the way? He looks like he's from Lord of the Rings.
And it does. With his fake head.
What do you think about his big plans to conquer the Seven Kingdoms?
I think he's getting a little ahead of himself. I also think he was trying to hype her up.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, if he really believes that, like, in one day they're done and let's move on to the next thing. And Rhaenyra's like, we're not done. What are you talking about, right?
Yeah, we just got here. I haven't taken my shoes off yet.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that brings us to the rat feast. The rat feast. It was a great scene, right? Is this my favorite scene from the episode? It might be.
Mine too.
It's one of my favorite scenes from.
That was so great. I totally, like, during her little speech, I'm like, oh my god, I totally see where this is going.
Yeah. Let me see. I can't look at comments while I'm I can't look at comments while I'm managing photographs. Also, I can't do both.
That's okay.
So I got Def looks like an elf. And so she tells these rich people, she's like, okay, I heard that you all stole all the food out of King's Landing and put it in your warehouses, and the poor people are starving, and I'm taking it. And they're like, wait, what? So like while they're at dinner, she has sent the gold cloaks to go like loot their warehouses, right? And take back all the supplies they've been hoarding. And she's going to redistribute it in this signature move that the White Worm like had her do before, which was provide food. Now, someone does point out that, oh, well, the people were already, it was your blockade that caused supplies to be scarce, which is why we hoarded them. So they're kind of like, it's your fault in the first place.
I would have loved it, though, when she got up from the table, if she'd been like, eat up, everyone.
Yeah. Now this food is going to last like what? Like maybe 2 weeks, this food she's handing out. It's a short-term solution, right? In the meantime, we also have, before we get to the end of it, we have a couple more people that showed up in this episode. So this guy, I don't know, this guy is the High Septon, right?
Yeah.
And
I don't know what his name is, though. I don't know if they even said his name.
I don't know if they even said his name, but he's not into dragons. That was a little surprising to me. Now, I know you've read the book and maybe the High Septon is like, dragons are evil. And I wasn't aware that the religion what is this religion called? Whatever their religion is, that it's at odds with like the Targaryens and dragon riding and dragons? Or is it just like this one guy is a mean septon?
A lot of people don't like dragons.
Well, yeah. But he's like, they're evil and they're from, like, he thinks dragons are kind of evil and they're not from the gods and they're right. Like, he's very aggressive about it. Yeah. I know a lot of people don't like dragons. They kill the sheep. They're making everybody poor. They're very expensive there. But he seems to really, I mean, he's really, I don't know if he's going to become like a main character that is at odds with Rhaenyra, or he's just seen her to be like another one of her 99 problems she's got to solve today.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
So
I think he might. I think he just might be another problem for today.
Okay, he might be the right. And we also met Dan Fogler shows up as Sir Torrin Manderly, and he. There's this moment where he introduces himself to her and then doesn't really, he's like, nice move with the rats. That was pretty slick. And she's like, are you just sucking up to me? And that's all we get out of him. But
well, no. And she was like, I'm raiding your warehouses too. And he's like, all right, that's okay. I'm good. Like he's like, no, good move. I you know, like he's sucking up to her.
Well, yeah, and I kind of felt like because it's Dan Fogler, like maybe we're gonna get like a little more out of this, right? Because he's done he's done so much stuff.
Well, let's not forget she doesn't have a council because she's not bringing her council from Dragonstone because they always tried to dissuade her from everything.
Yeah. But like we know him best, he was in The Walking Dead, but a lot of people know him from Fantastic Beasts, which he was in, right? He's a fairly recognizable actor, which makes me think he's going to do like, this is more than just like a walk-on, like, you know, not a walk-on. I don't mean a walk-on, but this is not a tiny role that this guy is going to, I know you're not going to say anything. Having read the books, you probably know if this guy is going to have a major role to play, but I feel like, oh, it's Dan Fogler. Oh, maybe something's going to, you know, of course, this is a show. This is a franchise that did kill Sean Bean in his first episode. So
no, it was the last episode of the season.
Okay, you're right. You're right. It was his first episode.
He made it through the whole season.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Person we thought would be the star of the show.
Yeah. So I'm circling all around this business with
Darren.
Where's my picture of Darren? Yes, with Darren. This kid never speaks. He seems terrified the whole time. He never says a word until Rhaenyra's like, hey, I got your other son. You want to see him before I send him to the wall? What do you think about sending him to the wall? Do you think that was a fair?
Yeah, that was a good move. I mean, that's the move to make because I mean, given her position as queen, he's somebody that can try and claim the throne at some point. So there's only one or two ways out of it. It's either death or going to the wall. So
yeah, I mean, it's maybe the compassionate move for that. It's because he's Alicent's son that she's not going to kill him. I mean, I do think Rhaenyra doesn't have the stomach for killing children also, right?
No.
And so many, like, she's lost 2 sons. Alicent has lost 1 son. Like, they've both lost too many kids, right?
Yeah.
And so this was kind of hilarious when she brings Alicent in, and Alicent. So I read it as though Alicent didn't know what to say.
I did too at first.
Like, she didn't say right away, like, I mean, she did say she hasn't seen him in 5 years, right? And she barely knows this kid, but she doesn't recognize him. It's not him, but she doesn't say anything at first. She wasn't like, who's he? He's not my kid. Who is this kid? I guess she didn't know what to do. She doesn't know about it, right? Like, she doesn't know about the switcheroo.
Why would she? You know?
Yeah. And then the kid tells the truth that guess who? this guy like forced some poor kid. Wait, how did that happen?
Oh, there you go. Oh.
My photos are going. I can't control the photos. There. Stop. Lord Hightower like performed a switcheroo, and he told this kid, "I'm going to kill your mother unless you bleach your hair and fake that you're the prince." Right. So he has taken the prince back to wherever his house is. But along the way, he stopped in. So this guy shows up. You got to tell me who this guy is. Along the way, where's my picture of this guy? Charlie Gordon. So this guy's a dragon trainer, right? I think this guy's one of the dragon masters. I don't know why he is in the state that he is. I mean, maybe when you work near the dragons, you're always like.
No, he escaped. He escaped the
raid on Tumbleton.
Yeah.
I don't know why he was in Tumbleton. It's this village that's outside of King's Landing, and Lord Hightower has taken it over and is holding all the people hostage, right?
Basically.
And so if she comes and tries to like kill all of them, she will kill all of her own people.
Right.
I don't know. It seems to me like, well, she doesn't have an army. She has no army with her at King's Landing, right? So she can only send a dragon down there right now, I think. No, Daemon's maybe, I don't know. I was a little confused, like how hard, like Daemon already beat these guys once, I guess because he has a dragon.
Well, he didn't actually beat them. I mean, he made them submit.
Yeah.
And bend the knee. He's like, we can either fight this out or you can just bend the knee.
Yeah. So.
And then he bent the knee and then went and raided a town.
So they're now holding this town hostage so that Rhaenyra can't like come against them. I mean, I don't really. Again, you're the book reader. You know where this might be going with Daeron, another son who is a claim to the throne. I mean, I feel like Aemond is the bigger problem. This kid is like 10 years old and is not really going to make a move. He's only a pawn, right?
Right. Well, that's not even Daeron. So.
Well, the real Daeron is with Lord Hightower in this village, right?
Yeah.
Or has been sent someplace to be in hiding. But like, he's only a pawn. He's 10 years old. It's only if the Hightowers make a move. And I feel like this guy, this Hightower,
you think that kid only looks 10 years old?
How old is he supposed to be in the book?
I don't know.
But
he's definitely not 10.
All right. That kid looks like he's, what, 13?
I was going to say, he's like probably like 14.
Okay, you have young men in your household, so you know better than I do what they look like, I guess. I don't know how old he's supposed to be. Let's see. I'm looking at a picture of him from the wiki, and the wiki says it doesn't. I don't know. I can't tell. How old he is in the Dance of the Dragons, but he whatever. This is how big is this problem, you think, for Rhaenyra? Like, is this kid really a problem? And how big is this Lord? With Otto was the real mastermind of the Hightowers, right? And he's off the table. I feel like Rhaenyra has way bigger problems than this like little kid in this village somewhere.
I just Googled Daeron is 16.
Oh, really? All right. So at 16, like 16 is like a grown man in Westeros. Of course, are not Aegon and Helena's little baby. That kid is like 3, right? That kid is ahead in line.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a bigger problem, and also Rhaenyra. Also in this episode, she's like at Alice. It's Alicent's idea that they should just tell everybody that Aegon is dead. Like, Aegon has fled, he's missing, he's MIA, and Rhaenyra's like, what am I going to do about him? And Alicent's like, oh, he's totally scarred and burned. No one knows what he looks like. Just tell everybody he's dead. Just tell everybody he's dead. And if he shows up, just say
if he shows up, if he shows up, say he's a faker.
Yeah. And that seems like a good plan until the High Septon is like, what? I can't name you the queen unless you produce Aegon's body. And she's like, what? Come on. The guy's like, nope, I need his body before I can make you the queen. This guy is a giant pain. This guy is maybe the biggest problem. This guy's a giant pain in the ass, and maybe she should just like kill him.
Now you sound like Damon.
I do, but since when do you really need the dead body? Come on. Like, all these people are constantly like showing up and claiming the throne. And,
Yeah.
So I don't know where that's going to go. I don't know. But there's actually a lot of claimants of the throne that are so, like, all these guys are out there, right? Like, Aegon is out there. Aemond is out there. Darren is out there. I mean, I personally believe that Rhaenyra is the rightful person to sit on the throne. Like, I'm Team Rhaenyra. Which team are you on?
Oh, Team Rhaenyra, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm Team Rhaenyra.
I mean, we all know what her father wanted.
Yes.
How it ended up getting twisted by Alicent is a different story.
Yeah.
He tells her this. He tells on his deathbed. He's telling Alicent the story, "A Song of Fire and Ice," and she totally misinterprets it.
Yeah, that he wanted Aegon to sit on the throne, and really he always wanted Rhaenyra. And Alicent knows it now. Like, Alicent came to that realization last season. She knows that she like stole the throne.
Well, yeah. When Rhaenyra is like, he's telling you a story. He was telling you a story on his deathbed while he was delusional.
Yeah.
And Alicent was kind of like, oh.
Yep. Yep. Neo is Team Black here also.
I was just gonna say that.
And Kelly says, off with his head. Yes, the Septon's head must go. Septon's head must go. So I don't know. I thought it was a good episode. I liked this episode.
Yeah, I liked it.
I sometimes wish I had more Rhaenyra time when there's so much other stuff going on.
Well, you got it to this episode.
I sure did, which means we probably won't see her at all next week, right?
Funny story. I almost didn't finish watching House of the Dragon. I almost forgot about it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm watching it Sunday night, and there was we had a big storm, and all of a sudden the power went out. I had like 15 minutes left, and the power goes out, and then I completely forgot about it until tonight. All of a sudden, I was like, "Oh shit! I never finished House of the Dragon."
Oh man, come back and watch the end of it. I liked it a lot. I liked this whole episode being about like all the little minor problems of running the royal household. And Rhaenyra, like in the beginning, she's like, "Should I wear a chain or a necklace tonight for dinner?" And I need my big expensive coronation. And then by the end of it, she's like, really, I feel like she get this huge education of like, is she worrying about the wrong things?
Yeah.
And one other thing I wanted to, I'm sure you noticed this very important moment when she's like, the part where Damon's like, let's go take over the rest of the world. And she's like, no, my father told me like too much power is a bad thing. And that dragons, like, she doesn't say this. I think he, like, remember when he was like, like riding dragons is sort of like not a thing. Like you never really control a dragon.
Yeah.
Dragons are really dangerous. Speaking of which, she sends Damon. She told Damon to go to the Vale.
Yeah.
To get some money.
That I'm curious. That I'm anxious to see how that goes, because I can't wait till he finds out that his daughter is the one riding Sheep Stealer.
Yeah, and is responsible for like a lot of havoc. Yeah, that should be pretty good.
Can't wait to see how that plays out. Which I'm really curious about, because like I've said before, none of that is in the book. The stuff with Sheep Stealer is completely different in the book.
Oh yeah, I mean some of it, like Sheep Stealer's in the book.
Sheep Stealer's in the book, but Nettles, who isn't even in the show, rides Sheep Stealer.
Right, Bella rides Sheep Stealer.
And in the book, Rhaena is not really that active in the book, actually.
Yeah.
Which is why they kind of changed things up. They said they wanted to give her more to do in the show.
Yeah. So that should be pretty good. So hopefully we'll get some more. This was Dragon. This was a very low CGI episode.
Yeah. Yeah, we only had the only dragons we had were standing on the ground.
And it was this was the quality of the dragon sitting on the ground that we got in this episode.
And we had
Dragon
and we
looks
got
good. The dragon
and we
actually
had
looks good.
we had a shot of Damon's dragon too.
Yeah. But Caraxes looks better here than Matt Smith does. Right? So all right, so that was the episode. Jamie, I don't know if
Come on, Jack. Come on back, Jamie. She's in the chat.
Or if Jamie's
I'm
like,
still
I have no clue what this is about.
Oh no, I didn't know what was going on. I
know, because you don't watch the show, and that's fine.
All right, but I'm here. It looks like I'm the only one here since nobody is since you guys aren't showing up anyway.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah, we're invisible. We put on our invisibility cloak.
Yep. All right.
All right.
Oh, well, thank you, everybody. If you stuck around, we hope you'll join us Thursday. Like I said, make sure if you're not a member of our Discord, you join our Discord. You can get our schedule. Pretty sure it's going to be Thursday at 10 for our From thing. And I don't know. We'll see. Gonna have some different people on that. So, yeah. No, she has not agreed to catch up on House of the Dragon.
This is not James' cup of tea.
Jamie can't catch up on things that she actually has to catch up.
Shut up.
This is not
No,
Jamie's
I don't
cup
have
of
enough
tea.
time. I don't have enough time. That's the problem. But yeah, we'll be having From Thursday, and of course we'll be back Monday from Silo. So we hope to see you all soon. Thank you for sticking around.
Same shows Tuesday.
Are you gonna do a silo watch party?
Yes, probably Friday when it comes out again, Friday night. Because it was me and Maze watching it Monday, and it's hard for me to do it on Mondays. So if people aren't going to watch it, I'd rather just do it Friday anyway. So
well, maybe everybody saw it. You did it on Friday also. Maybe everybody saw it the previous
That's true
Friday.
too. That's true too. But it's definitely easier on that. Yeah, it's hard with Friday. But okay. Well, thank you everybody for coming, and we'll see you at the next one.
All right.
Good night, all.
I'm waving as though people can see me, and they
Yeah,
can't.
I know. I think oh well.
Right.
Oh
Good night.
well.
All right.
Good night,
bye.
everybody.
Bye, Jamie.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.